Hello and welcome to the Let's Play Civilization 6 Part 2 video, where we will continue where we left off last time. We will try and get some envoys going and some traders, and right now we're at the end of the turn. So let's get this thing going. As you can see, we have a lot to do, and there is actually some units here that have come to fight with us. So let's engage these particular units. This is actually a very good thing. As I mentioned before, if you happen to kill a barbarian unit of any kind with a slinger, it actually gives you the upgrade for the archery technology. We can find it right here to boost kill unit with a slinger. So it basically says any unit, but most likely are barbarian units, and they are also the weakest. So I could try go with on the Civ, but that's just not likely. Not in my opinion. So I'm going to leave that for what it is now. This builder, as I said before, you need some food, you need some production. We managed to clear a forest here last time. I'm still going with extra production, and that's basically because the more production you have, the quicker you can build new builders to improve more tiles. So that's never a bad thing. There are still 2 charges on this builder left, so we can still improve the farm here. Okay, see, now warrior has come to a slinger, so I'm going to withdraw and fortify with its defenses. And I have 1 more production here, so I will get to that in the next turn. As you can see, we got they approach, and we got a very easy way of knowing that. So Hong Kong, construct the holy site. As said before, this will happen at some particular point, but not anytime soon. It's not my focus in this particular game that I'm showing you right now. So we're just, as you can see, the Mars is here only have 1 movement for a tile. So as you can see, there seems to be some kind of ocean here and here, which makes me think this is some kind of narrow passage in a larger continent. I did set the map for a large continent, so we'll see what happens. I'm actually glad they're in that field and not one to the east, either up or down, because they could pillage it, and that would be really bad news. So right now, since we are under siege-ish, I can do 2 things. I can either build a settler, or I can build a monument. And basically I'm inclined to go with the settler. I want to expand. And that way I can tell you about settling, which is actually a very, very important part of this video game. Alright. Oh, let's see. Actually inclined to send it here and just wait for a bit. See what happens with that barbarian unit over there. Both the top edge and the lower edge, so here's the lower edge. So here's the top edge, will be with poles, as is our Earth. So that's something that's always continuous. Let's have a look. See, they pillaged it, so now before I build this tile improvement, I will still have to set my builder there to fix it. There's a good thing though, if you attempt to fix a tile, that will not consume a builder charge. So you can, for example, fix, say, 5 tile improvements with a single builder charge if you only have 1 left, and that's a good thing. There's also kind of things that you can't actually promote it as, so it will be stronger next time. There's also kind of improvements that you will not be able to repair, such as districts. You actually need to have your city build it, partially rebuild it, in order to get that set straight. So we're just basically defending here, and I want to repair that, so I'm just gonna... We have increased combat strength right now. And that's visible because we just killed 2 out of 3. So that's a good thing. So next round it'll be game over for that particular unit. And next turn I will have contact with another tribal village. See what that gets us. Alright. And we have completely destroyed. And as you can see, the knowledge of archery has advanced considerably. So I'm going to set my builder over here, and I'm going to have it repair. It only has 1 charge left, so I'm going to use it to build the wheat resource. I can buy a builder, it costs 230 gold, and we only have 185. And we do have a settler next turn, so I'm going to send a settler on its way. And I'm going to link it, actually, with the slinger, just to make sure it has protection all the way there. Do not have any idea yet where I'm going, so I'm going a bit exploring. So this is a new part of Civilization 6. This was not available in any different part. You can link your units together. So you can provide escorts, make sure they're safe, and all kind of different things. There will also be core. Basically, you can make a ranger corps, you can make a tank corps. That will be very much later in the game. I'll get back to that. So what you want to do if you want to link them is basically you hit the chain button here, create escort formation with slinger, and if I press the slinger it will say with settler. So we're going to do that, and we're going to move them west because I want to be at the harbor part. Alright. Go, and we're going to choose a new production. I'm still going with a builder at this particular time because I want to get that new city up and running rather quickly. And it only is 4 turns. After this, it's probably going to be monument or library district as soon as we get writing. Let's have a look what's out there. As you can see, there's deer here, crabs, no crabs. Hello.
We have recently gained advanced knowledge in city planning. Creating districts in our cities can be much more powerful and lucrative than simple improvements like farms and mines.
Writing means sharing. It's pot.
This is the part where we can build city districts, and I will show you that in 2 turns as soon as the builder is complete. So right now we have choices. We could go with a plantation, but there's nothing in our borders that we can actually build a plantation on. So basically I can use astrology, which is more of a cultural thing. It allows us to build the holy site, but like I said, it's not something I want to focus on this particular time. We can use animal husbandry, however. Currency is 3 turns away. Masonry can be useful. I actually have to build a quarry. I figured we already had that, but seems I was wrong. But also, since I want to build at the sea, I'm going with sailing, and we'll soon be founding a city on the coast, so we'll get that boost as well, which is actually a very good thing. There's another tribal village. There's one very important thing about this. As you can see, the barbarian unit is right next to us, and it can attack us. We're both in the woods, but I'm thinking I'm getting an advantage here because I'm probably going to be defending.
Reconnaissance units like scouts are unique in that they can gain experience by exploring and discovering parts of the world.
Okay, I'll get to that in just a second. Now, as you can see, it's rather crowded out here, and we can get a major victory, but it's probably gonna be tough. I mean, we will reach a major victory, as you can see in the wheels to the top right, to the lower right corner. But I'm not gonna take that risk. My gut tells me that's something we do not want to do. So what it's probably going to be like is I actually wanted to head down south a little more, so I'm going to unlink this. I'm going to move the settler over here. And I will actually fortify until healed. So that actually means I can send my scout here, which we just received. As you can see, it can move a lot faster. But it allows us to link it up. So it has a minor defense, but still better than no defense. And one more turn till our builder is completed. This village again, it's spearmen. They're actually an era ahead, so I'm not gonna even try that. My settler unit, or my slinger unit is actually getting pounded up there. It's terrible. Okay, so we're not gonna do that. And we're going to send the settler just a bit back. As you can see, this is very colored. Basically, red is something you don't want to do. Grayish can, but not advised. The little greenish is better. And the very green part usually have the city marks. But those are the things that you would want to build on. So that's because it's near water or near mountains. But it's a little too close for my taste. And there's a barbarian encampment down there. It could not do any harm whatsoever. But I'm not sure. I want to know what's out to the left of there. So I'm just going to wait for it. So about this particular builder, you can't link civilians to civilians. So I can't link a builder to a settler. They can't occupy the same space at the same time. So basically I'm just going to send it here. I'm going to let it wait. And we're going to choose something new. And we're going to build a campus, which is a city district. So you can see you can get different tile bonuses. And one that is actually worth noting is right here. We have to buy it. So we do that. And then we get +2 extra science, which is going a long end. And we can build it in 7 turns. So that's a good thing, actually. It's pretty quick. So let's see what happens. Alright, I want to move this particular unit in there. And we will move this unit in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unhook it and send the settler there the next turn. And as this particular builder is concerned, I'm hoping it's got life insurance because it's probably gonna die, or at least captured. So I'm gonna send that scout over here. Even though it's not linked, it can still protect the builder as they are on the same tile. So anything that want to capture the builder will have to be on a tile having to defeat this recon unit. So that's a good thing. It's an easy defense and it's just a quick fix. And we have another tribal village. We can send the builder ahead and take the risk of sending the settler alone. We'll maybe have to try that. I'm sorry for that. That was very inappropriate. That was my coke though. Stuff happens. Alright, so development of foreign trade is now complete.
That's the positive aspect of trade, I suppose.
Okay, we'll get to that as soon as we have completed the district. It will happen more often than not that you will actually have to, certain points you have to choose, because right now I've been actually expanding on production and expansion of the empire. And there's going to be times that you really have to focus on just building more science or culture-related buildings. Okay, this is a very bad thing. I actually wanted to build here, but it seems there's an outpost there. So I'm really not happy with it. So I will be going to with the option on the lower right from my original capital. And we will be sending any and all units down this way. As you can see, they've again pretty much fucked up my tile improvements. So I'm getting kind of sick of this. So what we are going to do is, first of all, we're going to bombard them. There we go. this particular settler unit I can send on its way on its own. It's not too far, we can do that. So yeah, realm defense is a very real thing, and it depends a bit, but for some reason the AI is stronger here. I did not anticipate that. I did not set anything for it, so it's a bit suckish, but we'll have to work with it. I'm really hoping it's not going to destroy that either, because I will be really pissed off. God damn it. Alright, we'll have to build another builder just to be able to fix it. Oh, I'm really glad I went out that way. There's still a small village. Alright, then we can kill this and we can expand here later. It's a good thing. So, we haven't gone up north yet, but I want to do that later. No, that's not something I wanted to do, and that's not something I want to do either. As you can see, if you accidentally hit the mouse button like I did, things can fuck up really easily. That's just one particular thing that I'm not too fond about. But we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna set this to the fence here and wait for the settler unit to arrive there. Alright. We've been granted a recon unit. There we go. We will again fortify until healed, because I want that unit to survive. Right now we've completed the district. It's right here. I'm hoping they're not gonna fuck it up, because it will take a long time to fix it. So we are going to build a library. I know I said other things are important as well, but I need to get that science going when we win. So that's going to be a priority. The barbarians are retreating, which is about time. Here we can receive a minor victory, so I'm going with that. The settler has arrived, and there's a couple of options here. I'm thinking this will be things that will be discovered later that we might actually use, and is on the other side of the mountain pass. So I will be going here and then found a city. This will be happening next turn. So I will be using the scout to attack. I said it's not very useful, but at all costs I want this barbarian unit dead. I don't want it bothering me anymore. This means we can actually send this particular unit past here, like this, and next turn we can send it in the city.
My liege, we are beginning to attract the attention of the great people of the world. Of course, there are other leaders vying for their attention too.
It is not that life ashore is distasteful.
Okay,
The
so we
more
got
specialized
sailing.
districts we construct, the more we will draw in specialized great people to share their talents with our civilization. I advise that we continue to build these.
Okay, so that's one more thing with districts. If you keep building them, you get great people points. So, for example, you see there's generals, admirals, engineers, merchants, prophets, scientists, writers, artists, and musicians, and they all have different districts belonging with them. So right now we have a campus, so that means that we get points for great scientists. And if we manage to get him, we'll trigger a eureka moment for mathematics and a random technology from the medieval era. So this is actually very important. You need to step up the points there. You can do this by building science buildings and also particular policies, which will come by on their own. So we'll see that in time. So we found a second city, which is actually really nice, although I say so myself. So I'm going to move this here, and I'm going to unlink the unit, and I'm going to set it right there. I'm still going to attack it, and I'm going to heal it in the next turn, because we have time to heal, and they will not heal. That is one particular advantage that we do have over barbarians. There we go. Okay, so our recon unit died, sadly. But our slinger just killed a barbarian unit. So I'm glad we're done with that. So we're going to have a look what we want to research. As you can see, currency went down by 13, which is actually a lot. Still not too much interested in astrology, but I do want animal husbandry. Because I want to be able to exploit the sheep that we got there. I want some cloves, to put it bluntly. So there's still things you need to focus on in this kind of thing. Campus for science development in new cities, and granaries. Like I said before, the best thing you can do is build granaries first. It will help you grow your city and thus increase your production. Alright. Let's just heal it up just a bit, fortify until healed. And right here, we can build a farm. And we will move the slinger back into town and fortify until healed. This is a very defensive strategy, but I want to make sure that none of my cities get punished anymore. So later on, I will be sending more units to more encampments to basically crush them.
Inspiration is a mere reed shaken in the wind.
Okay, so we have more policies, but I'm actually going to skip that because I can show you, but there's not anything I'm going to use. There's +2 gold from all trade routes, which we can use once we get trade routes going, which will be not too long from now. I actually right now would like to want +1 production in my new city, so I'm going to leave that there just a bit. Alright, and then we'll skip this turn. So, as soon as you know that you want to try a new policy, always make sure that you also try things. You also research things that can be done quickly. So if they do not have the effect that you hope, you can change them again. So you can use, for example, Winter Tradition. So you can change it after 8 turns. However, I'm going with State Workforce, because what I want is the unit maintenance reduced by 1 gold per turn. So you can see this is not yet a bit of a part of possibilities right now, because we do not have expenses at them, but they will come. Other sides you could also choose for Early Empire, which has open borders, which is a diplomatic thing, and actually helps you improve relations. It also provides plus 50% production towards settlers. So in the end, I will pick Early Empire. Let's see what happens. Okay, the nice gentlemen have just left. And we'll go right over here.
I am fond of pigs.
Alright. We've just improved production there. Now we have to choose research. I'm going with archery. It allows us to upgrade the slinger, and it's only 2 turns. So I'm still going for a builder here because I want these tiles improved. I want to be able to have my city grow faster. As you can see, the barbarians tried to kill me, and they have left their village open. And we have grown faster towards bronze working. I can actually do this right now. I've got some extra gold, which is not too bad, even if I say so myself. We have a promotion, which we can use next turn. And that is something particular in itself, because unlike the previous civilization games like Civ 5 and, for example, say Civilization Beyond Earth, you actually get healed when you have a promotion. So we'll see that quickly. So it's going to build another mine. As you can see, production is actually moving along really quickly. And as soon as I get some farms going, growth will get up as well.
May the forces of evil become
So right now I have 2 options. I can attack them and get a rather major defeat, or I can upgrade them. I can defend against ranged attacks, However, these are not ranged, so I don't expect to need that. We will go, however, for the +7 combat strength. Versus melee and ranged units. As you can see, it's healed. And it would leave me with a minor victory, so we're going to do that in the next turn. I finally have a builder, so we can start fixing our improvements. This particular builder will go to the other side of the river and start a farm there, and that will be our last builder charge right there. No worries, I got what I wanted. Also, we're gonna go with irrigation. Irrigation is a good thing with plantations, and it might actually give us a few things that we might need on later. It's not necessarily right now, but I still want it. So we can do multiple things. We can build an archer. It's only 3 turns. It's a good thing, but I want to go with the monument. We need to keep the culture not too far away, because if you're not cultured enough, your people will riot, and that can result in loss of cities. But also in loss of production, science, gold. So there's a variety of things, really. There we go, as you can see. Only 4 more turns until we have 2 citizens. And we repair another tile improvement. There we go. Right. So the main thing that we've got going on right now is basically just making sure this unit dies, and maybe even take out this particular camp that we saw earlier on the map here, but which seems already to have been defeated. So as you can see, our territory has expanded once again. Over here, over here. So, well, not particularly over here, but we're going here. So what we're going to do is check a new thing. I'm going to go with bronze working. It's only a few turns, and we can upgrade our fighters as soon as they get back home, our warriors. And that's a good thing, really. And as you can see, the barbarians trying to flee, so we're just gonna knock them off their socks if we get the chance. And we can upgrade our slinger to an archer for only 30 gold. You do not necessarily need iron anymore to do that kind of thing. You can do it with gold. There are some units that will require iron, but not all of them. So we have archers now. They improve range and damage, and that will actually help us defend. This will go a very long way and a very long time in defending this particular town. An unmet player has been defeated. This can be anything. So this can be a city-state, this can also be a major civilization. You just don't know yet. There is a way you can view whether or not it has been a major civilization. This is by checking the world rankings. You can see you have a science victory, a culture victory, a domination victory, and a religious victory. And it's actually a major civilization that we just found to be destroyed, because he actually has some progress here. So someone is leading with a culture victory. It's actually impressive at this point of the game, but still, we want to go with a science victory. That means that we are second right now, and someone else is ahead of us. So we need to crank up the science. Right, with the arch unit there. And we can go with the hanging gardens. We do not have anything particular going on right now, but I still want a new settler. So we're going to build one and we can make more towns. Scratch that. We will create a trader. Trader will actually improve your gold, production of food, and create pathways as you have them travel.
Bronze is the mirror of the...
This is actually a very good thing. So let's destroy this unit. As you can see, we have bows, and they have been annihilated. That would not be an understatement. Okay. going to choose a new research. Now currency gives you extra gold, and masonry gives you extra defense. It allows your city to attack it from itself as well. So there's quite a few things that we can do here. However, seeing as the fact that we are losing some money here, I'm going with currency first. It allows us to build the commercial trading hub, which allows more gold income. Also, trader will give us more income, so that's a very relaxing to do.
Look back over the past.
We have reached early empire, and we will be using traders rather soon. So I'm going to set in +2 gold from all trade routes. I'm gonna go choose a new civic. You're gonna go with mysticism, +2 great scientist points per turn. We can't use it directly yet, but I still want it for when we do. Okay, so here we have a choice. Basically, I want to go with the campus, and there's a couple of spaces we can do this with, but I'm going with this particular tile. Actually connecting my two areas, my two cities, in the sense of area that I possess, and build a tile improvement here, so I get extra science. So this is actually going a long way again. I'm very glad that I found that tile. And we have found the Japanese. Okay. Would you like to visit a nearby city and sample our hospitality? Thank you, friend. Goodbye. So, I'm gonna wait for the turn to finish, because it's his turn right now. And we will build a mine here to further increase production. Now, we have this trader. We can send it multiple places, as you can see. Some places will give more than we want to and than others. But sometimes you have to make a sacrifice. So, even though I actually want more gold, and I do have enough production and food, I will still send it to Longji because it will create a route so my units can travel faster. So that's what we're gonna do right here. And we begin the route.
In addition to bringing riches to our civilization, this trade route will gradually develop roads between our cities. Roads,
as I said before, they will actually create routes. And because we have done that, we have been increased in our research and currency, so it only takes 3 more turns. So that's actually very useful. So we now have this unit, and what I want to do is I'm going to send it to Longji. I want to make sure that they're safe. We can build something else. We can build an encampment, which can provide housing, production, and different kind of things. But seeing as there is multiple options, I will still again go for the settler. They want open borders. We can do that to stay friendly with them. It's not a bad idea. Don't worry about it too much. Open borders is actually a very useful thing to make sure you have good relations with a particular civilization. So we now have the scout unit back up for use, and that's a good thing. So I'm gonna let Oya rest here and stay there. And I'm going to have that scouts, scout. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to send that builder back. Even though I do have a tile that can be enhanced, I want to make sure I have one in case the barbarians destroy something again. I won't have to wait for another 6 turns or whatever to get a new builder. I'm guessing I will be getting this tile quite soon. This particular bit right here with the foxes and the furs. So as you can see, we can actually attack further now, and I will do that right away. You will not die instantly yet, but more XP means more upgrades, and more technologies means more damage as well. So that's a good thing. I'm gonna let the builder sleep. They deserve some rest after what the hell they did. There's a Japanese scout. And we have reached the classical era.
If it does not bring you happiness, will at least help you be miserable with comforts.
Alright, so as soon as the settler is complete, we're gonna build a trade hub. So Horseback Running is mainly a military unit, but stables can provide housing and production. But first I want to go ahead and get masonry. I want to be able to get some walls, extra defenses. It will not be completely necessary as of this moment yet, but I want to be prepared. Things can go south rather quickly if you manage to get too far ahead of the competition. Like I said, that will not be an issue right now, but I want to be ahead of the game. And you're figuring why get ahead if it actually gets people angry at you. There's different categories. Remember, there's science victory, culture victory, domination victory, religious victory. Now we've managed to capture some of the basics with settlers and with trade units. And we are actually exploring this particular thing that's interesting. If you hit the plus here, you get some few more options. Mostly it says just delete unit. But this is Scout, and it has the automated exploration option. So if you tap that, it will explore on its own until it finds dangers. It's just here. So it might mean that next turn we may have to move him away manually. So there's one other thing that you should be aware of. Or actually a couple of things. There's reports you can view. This is very statistical. So if you're not good with numbers, I suggest to ignore it. You can do plenty without, trust me. You have a certain amount of trade routes, and these grow with different kind of hubs, districts, buildings that you build, and different cities that you found. So right now we only have one, and that will be for a bit. If we manage to build the commercial hub, it will actually be 2 or 3. So we'll see that change in time. There's furthermore in the top right corner the city states and the trade route overview. So to stay with the trades, this is our current trade route from Xi'an to Longji. So that's actually quite useful. Also, there's actually kind of different information here, but just really have one route and it's going to around town. It's not really useful. You have city states. We have seen them before, and they give us quests. At particular points you have earned envoy points and you can send envoys, and each of these city states has different advantages. So like this, plus population capital here also, and there's 3 actually. So we got +6 in the capital. That's explaining why we get things done so quickly. But as you get more and more, you will get more production in this case. So that's really not a bad thing. So it's actually very good. So we will get to that in time. That just has to pop out. We have one envoy at 100 influence points, and right now we do not have 100 points. Alright, at this time we have discussed all the basics that were not so very basic, but very useful. You can win this game with one city, but it's going to be hard. So I would definitely recommend getting to practice with the settlers and just create towns. You don't have to do them far away, but that's what I like to do, because that way you can easily expand your empire mid-game to a huge area of land that you actually possess at that time. So right now we've covered the basics with settlers, trading, city districts, and repairing improvement tiles and destroying your enemy from afar. This is actually something you need to be able to do, but it's not primary, because you will not have combat in every game. So, and it might actually be less if you disable the domination victory in the settings. So, even though it is rather useful to know, it's not necessary. At this particular time, I would like to thank you guys and gals for watching, and thank you for your time. Please do like, share, and subscribe this video. In our next part, we'll be expanding the empire and getting up the leaderboard with our science core, and we'll see what that brings to us. Thank you for your time, and have a good night, guys.